In previous lessons, we've been looking at trying to solve for a particular letter and make it the subject. In these lessons, we're going to be looking at rearranging formulas. Although the same rules apply, we're going to be doing the same thing to both sides to make one of these letters the subject. Why would you bother doing that? Well, let's have a look at this equation at the top here. V equals U plus AT. I can rearrange it and make these other three equations. These are just different versions of the same thing. Now, in maths, because there are so many equations already, why would you want to learn 4 equations when you could just learn the one? So in this first example, it says make x the subject. So that means down the bottom I want to have x equals. I need to do the same thing as before and look and see what's stopping x being by itself. If I look at this equation here, you'll notice there's an m, which is multiplied by x, and a c, which is added on. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We need to get rid of the c and the m, and we're going to do that by doing the opposite to both sides. So y is equal to mx plus c. I need to subtract c from both sides. If I subtract c from both sides, on the right hand side, plus c and minus c make 0. That means I've got y minus c equals mx. What's stopping x being by itself now is the m. And remember, of course, it's multiplied by m, by the invisible multiplication sign. So we're going to divide both sides by m. Be careful here, y minus c, all of it needs to be divided by m. So let's cancel the m's on the right hand side, and I've actually got x left by itself, so x is actually equal to y minus c all over m. I've rearranged the formula and made x the subject. In the second example, I need to get x by itself again and make it the subject. So down the bottom I want x equals. So let's have a look. What's stopping it being by itself is the 5, which is multiplied by the bracket, and the minus 3. Because the 5 is outside the bracket, we get rid of it first. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So 6b plus 1 over 5 is going to be equal to 5x minus 3 all over 5. On the right hand side, the 5's cancel, making 1. So I'm really just left with x minus 3, which I can just put as x minus 3 without the bracket. So 6b plus 1 over 5. So the only thing left now to get rid of, to make x the subject, is this minus 3, and I'll add 3 to both sides. So I'm going to get 6b plus 1 over 5 plus 3 equals x minus 3 plus 3, which is just x. So x is equal to 6b plus 1 over 5 plus 3. The next question is asking me to make f the subject. So we want to have f equals down the bottom. So what's stopping f being by itself? The minus 5 and the 3 times. So let's get rid of the minus 5 first. So h equals 3f minus 5, so I'll add 5 to both sides. On the right hand side, minus 5 and plus 5 make 0. So h plus 5 equals 3f. Now to get f by itself, we need to get rid of the 3, which is multiplied by f. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Be careful to divide everything by 3. The 3's cancel, and so f is equal to h plus 5 over 3. In the next example, it says to find, or to make v the subject. So we want to find v equals. So down the bottom here, I want v equals, what's stopping that being by itself is the u, which is a minus, and the t. Remember, of course, this big long line here, this big fraction means there's really a bracket there. So what's inside the bracket I do last, or get rid of last. So I need to get rid of the t first. So a equals bracket v minus u over t, and I'll multiply both sides by t. On the right hand side the t's cancel, so a times t is just at, and it equals v minus u, and I don't need the bracket around v minus u anymore because there's nothing outside the bracket anymore. What I need to do now is get rid of that u, so we're going to add u to both sides. So as you can see again, minus u plus u makes 0. So what's left is that v is equal to at plus u.